A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A plus English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A plus way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A plus English.
Welcome back, everyone, to A Plus English. I'm Adam.
And I'm Elsie.
So, everyone, we have been learning about two different people in this story. One who is kind and polite, musician Dr. Shirley, and Tony, who is rude and has prejudices about people who are not white. So, these two are very different types of people. But can these two people see eye to eye when the story ends? We are about to find out. But first, let's move on to our warm-up question. Would you invite people to your home to celebrate holidays? Why or why not?
I think you know my answer.
No?
You don't? Of course, I would not want to invite people to our home to celebrate holidays. I want to go out to have fun with them.
Oh, okay, so you're more, let's go out all together.
Yeah, let's not stay at home.
Oh, okay. But don't you think it's kind of, if you have a, let's say, a new boyfriend or girlfriend, and then it's Christmas, a good time to invite them over to meet your mom and dad would be during a holiday time. So then they can meet your family, and then all your brothers and sisters can say to you if they like that person or not.
Okay, then if it's that case, then yes.
Yes, okay. Well, for me, to answer that question, I would also like, if your house is big enough to invite more people, why not? Celebrate with other people for holidays is always fun.
Green Book. Warm-up question. Would you invite people to your home to celebrate holidays? Why or why not?
More problems happen on the way. Police officers pull them over. They arrest Dr. Shirley because black people can't be out after dark. Tony then hits a police officer in the face. So both of them stay in jail for a short time.
Okay, so we know Dr. Shirley and Tony Lip. Tony Lip is driving the car through the South to get Dr. Shirley to all his musical appointments and concerts. But it seems like it's not going well all the time for Dr. Shirley. There are problems that are kind of coming up throughout the story. Our article tells us more problems happen on the way.
Their journey wasn't smooth, right? So what kind of problems do they face during the trip?
Yeah, it's a good question. Well, for one, our article says police officers pull them over.
Police officers asked them to stop the car.
Stop the car.
Have you ever been pulled over by the police? You want to talk about it or not?
Okay.
From your face, I know you have been.
Not? Okay. Yes, my tail light one time was broken, and they pulled me over because the back light was broken. They asked me to fix it. And then also one time I got pulled over for speeding or going too fast.
This is when you were in the States, right?
This was when I was in the US. I haven't been pulled over while driving in Taiwan.
Okay, so back to the article. Why did the police stop them?
Okay, well, they stopped them. Why do you think? Remember, they're in the South, right? And the police officers are white. It's not looking good. It says, our article says, they arrest Dr. Shirley because black people can't be out after dark.
That's really unfair. What about Tony?
Yeah.
Does he do anything about it?
Actually, remember, Tony and Dr. Shirley are kind of building up a relationship now after spending so much time together. Tony actually does. It says Tony then hits a police officer in the face. So both of them stay in jail for a short time.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it's never a good idea to maybe hit a police officer.
Yeah, you always want to be nice, right? And polite to a police officer.
Yeah, it's always a good idea to say, yes, officer, no, officer, yes, please, no, thank you, things
Always
like that.
be polite.
Exactly.
Finally, the band's last show is in a restaurant. However, before the show, the host doesn't allow Dr. Shirley to eat there. Because of this, Dr. Shirley cancels the show. They drive back to New York for Christmas Eve. Tony invites Dr. Shirley to celebrate the holiday with his family. He joins them in the end, and everyone is happy to meet him.
Okay, so jumping back to our article, so what have we learned so far? We've learned that they're driving through the South, that is a lot of times it's segregated where Dr. Shirley can't go to certain places or has to use the back way. Tony is kind of realizing, hey, that's not fair. He's gotten to know Dr. Shirley, and he even hit a police officer trying to stand up for Dr. Shirley's mishandling of being arrested from the white police officer. So they're getting along. So they're out of jail now, and what happens next? Finally, it says, finally the band's last show is in a restaurant. But just wait, everyone. It says, however, before the show, the host doesn't allow Dr. Shirley to eat there.
So he can perform there, but he can't eat there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This restaurant, maybe might not be on the green book, but like you said, he's still supposed to play there.
Yeah.
So it's not fair. If you ask a performer to go to a place to perform,
Yeah, why can't
that person eat there?
And rest in there.
Exactly. I'm good enough to play for all these people that pay a ticket to come see me, but I'm not good enough to eat your food. Ooh, so that's the kind of themes that we see throughout this movie. Jumping back, everyone, to our article, it says, because of this, Dr. Shirley cancels the show.
So he got mad.
Yeah.
He got angry, right?
Just
this
as
is not
he should
fair.
have, yeah.
So what happens next?
Okay, well then it says they drive back to New York for Christmas Eve. Now remember, where is Tony Lip from? He is from New York. So they drive all the way back upstate, and that's also where Dr. Shirley is from, or in that area where he lives. So they drive all the way back, and that's a long drive, everyone. That's not just a couple hours. That would take you maybe, almost a whole day. It could take you all the way if you're going from Georgia in the south or from Mississippi. It could take you a good 20, 24 hours to get back to New York.
But it's great that they made it home for the holiday for Christmas Eve.
Yeah, that's special.
So what do you think they do when they get to New York?
Here comes the good part, everyone. Tony invites Dr. Shirley to celebrate the holiday with his family.
Wow, that's very nice and kind of him, right? So when was the last time we invited people to our apartment?
It's been a while. I think it's when was it?
I don't really remember when.
Well, I know you've canceled sometimes, a couple times. We've had things that come up and we've had to cancel. But I would say it was maybe, last summer that we had somebody come over. Well, this is quite a change from Tony, right? At the beginning of the story, he is very racist and feels differently about black people. Now he's inviting Dr. Shirley, who is black, over to his family's house to celebrate a very important holiday.
Yeah, just like you said, maybe he wants to, introduce Dr. Shirley to his family.
Exactly. So our article says he joins them in the end, and everyone is happy to meet him.
Happy ending. So what do you think the main lesson of this story is?
The main lesson. Okay, this is where it gets this is where what makes a good story.
Yeah.
That you learn a lesson out of the story. So the main lesson is, I would say, that despite facing many difficulties and prejudice, understanding kindness can lead to new friendship and positive outcomes. So don't allow yourself to maybe think one way. Allow yourself to be open-minded to other people's way of life, and then friendships can build. So don't be so close-minded. Open up your mind, because in the end, everyone is the same inside. We're all red, blood, and bones inside.
So don't judge a book by its cover.
Exactly.
Be open-minded and really get to know someone. Okay, now we have to take a look at our vocabulary. 好，今天呢，第一个单字是个动词 hit， 代表打，代表击。那它的三态呢是同形的 hit hit hit。那我们说打人，你就在这个 hit 的后方加上受词就可以了。那 hit 本身呢也可以是撞击的意思，比如说 The ship hit the iceberg and sank， 船撞冰山之后就沉了。那像地震啦、台风袭击，你动词也可以用 hit 这个字哦。For example, when the earthquake struck or when the earthquake hit, I was asleep. 好，地震袭击的时候呢，我正在睡觉。那单字例句给的是呢 Harriet hit the table because she was angry. Harriet 因为生气而捶打了桌子。那第二个单字是 cancel 这个动词，是取消，是终止。Cancel a show 那就是取消一场表演。Cancel an appointment 那就是取消一场约会。那被动也是很常见的，比如说班机被取消了 The flight has been cancelled. 单字例句说 The Smith family had to cancel their trip because of the bad storm. 因为强烈的风暴来袭， Smith 一家只好取消他们的旅游。接下来第三个单字 invite 这个动词代表邀请。Invite somebody 那就是邀请某人。For example, I'm going to invite her to my birthday party. 那就是我要邀请她来到我的生日派对当中。那另外呢，名词形式是 invitation， 好，可以是邀请或是邀請函，像是 a wedding invitation 就是婚礼的邀请函，也就是中文说的喜帖。那单词例句说的是呢 The teacher invited the parents to come to school for the students' play. 这名老师邀请家长到学校观赏学生们的话剧表演。那最后一个单字是 holiday 这个名词，代表节日。A public holiday 那就是公众大众的节日，代表所有人都可以放假的。也可以说是一个 national holiday， 那就是国家级的节日。好，也就是说呢，整个国家都可以放假。那还有放假的时候，你可能会安排假期旅游，就是一个 holiday trip。那我们再说，你度假的时候是在做什么事情啊？ You spend your holiday doing something. So for example, we spent our holiday hiking in the mountains. 我们在假日的时候去山上徒步旅行。单字例句说的是Alice loves Chinese New Year because she can celebrate the holiday with her family. Alice 喜欢春节，因为她能和家人一起庆祝这个节日。那最后到了 Magic Box。我们要讲到这个片语是 pull over， 代表的是使人驶到路边，那这个驶就是驾驶的驶。好，那主动的用法呢，我们可以说 The police officer signaled for us to pull over， 那就是警察示意我们要驾驶到路边停下车子来。那被动也是很常见的，比如说呢 The truck was pulled over after the driver was seen driving crazily on the highway。这辆卡车呢，在司机被看到在高速公路上疯狂驾驶之后，被拦到了路边。 那接下来我们就要到最后一个部分 Review time。
Review time.
Okay, everyone, welcome back to our review time. We've read this story, we have an idea of this whole story and what it's about. Now it's time to test your knowledge. Let's get into our comprehensive review time. So I will ask you questions, you will give me the answers to the questions about what we just read. All right, Elsie, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Don't be nervous. Okay.
A little bit.
Here we go. What job does Tony do for Dr. Shirley?
Oh, this is simple. This is very simple. Tony drives Dr. Shirley.
Very good. He drives them throughout the South. Now, why does Dr. Shirley use the Negro Motorist Green Book?
Oh, he uses to find safe places to stay, rest, and eat.
Right. It's a place that helps to find safe places, like you said.
Okay, here's another question.
All right, give me one. Yeah.
What problems do Dr. Shirley and Tony face on their trip?
Oh, okay. What problems do they face? Well, they face police stops and they face racism. And our last question, how does Dr. Shirley's relationship with Tony change?
Oh, they go from not liking each other to being friends.
Yeah.
And what happens at the end of the movie?
And at the end of the movie,
The story?
Tony invites Dr. Shirley to come to his whole family's Christmas party. And Dr. Shirley comes.
Nice. OK， 所以想知道今天的影片内容可以如何运用在生活当中吗？快来空中家教和老师1对1练习哦。So for A+ English, this is Elsie.
And I'm Adam.
See you soon. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.